Okay, so it's called the new you. And what does the new you entail? Well, let's see. What is the new you? What does the new you look like? Why are we not being the best versions of ourselves? And how do we become the best version of ourselves? Got a lot here to find out. Okay, so what is the new you? Let's break you out of your shell and address the barriers holding you back, because that's usually what it is. There's usually a list of barriers that are holding people back from becoming the best version of themselves and the new you. So here are some of the barriers. All these challenges are usually ahead. So you have a lot of negative self-talk like, oh, I can't do it today. I don't know if I can do this in time, that kind of thing. Procrastination, waiting to the exact last minute to get things done that are very, very important. Demotivation, just not having that motivation to keep going, and you're working at your bare minimum. There's a lot of people out there that are just, it's like they're waiting for the last minute to pay that bill. They're waiting for the last minute to leave the house instead of getting up and getting everything done in a timely manner. Then you have low energy. And it's interesting because demotivation and low energy, it goes together. If you don't have enough energy, you're not going to be motivated to do anything. If someone gave you a shot of energy, just a whole bunch of energy, you couldn't just lay there. You couldn't just sit on the couch and watch that movie. You would have to say, you know what, I need to get up. I need to go for a walk. I need to run errands. I have a list of stuff that I need to do. I need to get on the computer. I need to. And so those are some of the barriers. Excuses. There's a lot of excuses. It's a way that we talk ourselves out of just doing anything and doing everything. It's like, okay, so let's see, I could go out today and handle a list of things that I want to do, but I just don't feel like it, or I'm hungry. Let me get some lunch first. And then you eat lunch and it's like, well, I've been wanting to call my best friend for a little while. Let me chat with her. Oh, so-and-so just called me, left me a message. Let me get back to them right now. Like, so next thing you know, hours pass by and then that's it. That's it. The day's gone. You didn't do anything that you had intended. Finances. Finances are huge. However, they are overcomable. So finances do prevent people from being their best selves at times, right? I mean, if everyone had a bundle of money, then that there wouldn't be a lot of issues, not that many, right? That's the idea anyway. That's what a lot of people think. Is that true? Some debate whether that is or isn't. Other people, you have those blamers out there that says, this person won't let me do this. My husband won't let me do that. My girlfriend won't let me do this. So-and-so doesn't like it when I do that. And then when that happens, that they find that excuse. So they all kind of like link themselves together. You have excuses, you have other people, you have finances, you have low energy, no motivation, you procrastinate, and then you have that negative self-talk, which never helps anyone. So what does the new you look like? Like, how can we become what we want? It's your decision what the new you looks like. It's completely your decision. That looks different for every person because every person is different and what they want is different and what their goals are going to be different. What they strive for in life will be different. So here are some examples. Maybe being more social, maybe saying no to people, maybe eating healthy, trying to keep fit, working to the best of your capability, having goals and objectives in your life. So being more social is usually a major challenge for a lot of people. They don't know how. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to say. They find silence to be awkward. And the interesting thing is that I'm sure at some point in time in their life, they have sat down and had a conversation with someone where it wasn't awkward, where it wasn't uncomfortable, where they were able to be social in that particular setting. It could be a one-on-one situation, and they're not very good with groups or people in general. And so they tend to run away or shy away or not go to events. But in this situation, if you're trying to create a new you, then that just means that you need to throw yourself in those situations to become more comfortable so you can work on that. And that's the way to do that. Saying no. Some people feel guilty for saying no. That's not a good feeling to have. However, when you say no, if you're saying no for yourself about anything, that's a good thing because you don't want other people to run over you when you say yes all the time. So you have to bring about this new you for you. Eating healthy. That's always good, right? Trying to, as much as possible in 2021, eating healthy, is good. Trying to keep fit, doing some exercise, maybe some yoga, maybe going for a walk, just keeping your bones and your muscles working and moving. Because there are times when you see some elderly people, and unfortunately they can't move too well and whatnot. And so sometimes it's because they've been stuck. They've been stuck in bed, or they've been stuck in a wheelchair, they've been stuck in some way, shape, or form in a way that they did not get up and they did not move for a very long time, whether it's their fault or not. And so now they can't move. So it's important to move. The body was meant to move as much as possible. Working to the best of your capability. So that just simply means, if you have a job to do, whether you own your own business or whatever job that you're in, if you feel like you're not working to the best of your capability, then that could mean a sign that maybe this particular job isn't for you. Maybe you need to rethink that. Maybe you need to think about, are you going to work late on a regular basis? When it's time to go to work, are you getting irritated? Are you getting uncomfortable? Are you getting anxiety? You might need to rethink what you're doing in life, rethink your working. If you're happy with what you do and you're just in a funk, then that just means that you just need to, think about what you need to do to change your working capability for yourself. Having goals and objectives in your life. So everyone does not have goals. Everyone does not have objectives in their life. And so we find that the people that don't are the people that are the most unhappy, because you need to strive for something good in your life, whatever that may be. That could be school, that could be a particular job, that could be that you want to put your artwork in the library, anything that's going to make you happy and proud of yourself. So why are we not being the best versions of ourselves? Well, we're not identifying what is valuable to us. So we have to think about what is valuable, what is important to us. We are doubting ourselves. Why? Why do you think that you can't do something? Those are some barriers that we talked about a little bit before that can be worked on, that can be changed, that can be fixed. We have high expectations that we cannot meet. There's that too. Now, there's reasons for that. Everyone has their own reason for not meeting an expectation, but how high is it? I mean, is it realistic? Is it obtainable? It needs to be. We procrastinate. That's, I mentioned it before, that's huge. Procrastination is huge. There's a lot of people that they just don't want to do anything, but they want to get everything. And so if you're one of those people, then you just have to work on doing more for yourself. How do we become the best version of ourselves? Well, let's see. So you have to think positive. The best version of yourself means what to you? You have to think about, what does that look like? What does that mean? Does that mean that you wake up at 8 a.m., get your day started and go to work, and then maybe after work, then you go swimming, and then after swimming, then you go to the grocery store and you grab some food for a really great meal, and then on the weekend, you're surfing. Like, what is it? What is it? Can you inspire? How can you inspire yourself? How can you say to yourself, I am going to do this. I am going to complete that. I am going to go to school, get my bachelor's degree or my associate's, or I'm going to go get my cosmetology degree. Like, how do you inspire yourself to do so? One way is by focusing on whatever it is that you want. So whatever that goal is, you research it. You research it, you look at it, you find everything you can, all about it, basically. And then that should give you some inspiration into doing it. It's going to do one or the other. You're going to say to yourself, okay, you know what? This isn't for me, whatever it is. I think I'm going to do something else. And then you research that. Or you say, you know what? I really like what I'm finding out. And I think that I can fit into this mold. So you can inspire yourself that way. You can also talk to other people too, positive people that are in your circle, and tell them what you're interested in doing and see what their opinions might be. They may have some really wonderful ideas. What can be done? What can be done? You have to think about what that is for you. What can you do for you? Because no one else can tell you. And that's the other thing too. People wait around and say, well, I don't know what to do, and I'm waiting for someone to tell me. I'm waiting for some idea to spark in my mind. You have to find it. You have to research it. You have to look for it. You have to go and get it yourself. How can you be in the process of becoming the best version of you? Well, this is how. All of these are how, plus more. So decide the next leg of your journey and shine even brighter. What is that? What is it? What is the next leg of your journey? Let's see. We can identify your purpose. So let's do so. Identify your goals in life. Identify who you want to become. And identify who you are. Now I put the identify who you are at the bottom because that's, you save the best for last. People have a lot of problems with trying to figure out who they are. And a lot of times they pull on a lot of negative things from the past. They bring them into their present and they put them in their future. And what they need to do is they need to seek out who they are without looking at the past. They need to look towards their future and deal with what's happening right now in the present. Think about who they want to become, what type of person they want to be, and start living that life. Making your list of goals and completing them. Now, there could be 20 goals, 100 goals, 1,000 goals, and you can't do them all at once. So you narrow it down to about 3 to 5 goals because that's a little bit more attainable. You put them in a particular order, which one you need to do first, which one will get completed first. So that's something that you can do. And we'll talk a little bit more about it. So, but how? How to identify who I am. So let's take a deep breath. This will be a long journey of learning who you are. So it's not something that's going to happen overnight. It's something that can take years. Sometimes it can take months. Sometimes you just need like a break, an environment change, a job change. People around you, maybe they need to disappear, go away, do something else, and not bother you. So you have to think about things like that. Think about your likes and your dislikes, what's important to you. Think about your wants versus your needs. People always have a problem with wants versus needs, because your needs should come first and then your wants should come after. And when they do them in reverse, it doesn't always work out well. Think about you and no one else, nobody else but you. And it sounds selfish, right? Like it sounds selfish because you might have children, you might have, elderly parents to take care of, you might have, disabled spouses to take care of, you might have all sorts of things to take care of. But who's going to take care of you? Like who? Who's going to do this? If you don't know, if you don't have an idea of who is going to take care of you, then it needs to be you. You only live one life. You only have one life. Take it slow. There's no rush. Analyze yourself. Are you too critical of yourself? Do you trust your feelings? Do you have a fear of self-love? Are you self-destructive? Do you pay attention to your self-worth? Those are all really good questions that you need to look at. There are a lot of people that are very critical of themselves. They tell themselves, that they can't do it, that they're to this or they're to that. And they don't let the real person on the inside come out because of it. Trusting your feelings. Well, some people don't, they ignore them. You might trust your feelings if you run across a person and you feel like this person is causing issues, traumas in your life, basically. And you just need to trust your feeling that that person, maybe they don't need to be in your life because they're causing too much trauma. That's something. Do you have a fear of self-love? Some people might say, I don't know. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. How do I know? Well, the other answer to that is, do you love yourself? Because if you don't know, or you have a doubt that you do, then that's when that fear of self-love comes in. So that's another way to tell. Are you self-destructive? Now, self-destructive, that could really damage a person, could damage the people around you, the people who love you and care about you as well. And self-destructive could mean you could be self-destructive in relationships. You can be physically self-destructive to yourself. And then you have to ask the question of why. Why are you doing this? What could you have done better? How could that have been a change? How can you change? What do you need to do? Do you pay attention to your self-worth? If you feel like you don't have any self-worth, everyone can see it. Everyone can see that. And they know it. So you have to change that so that you can feel self-worthy. Because you don't want other people to think this person doesn't have self-worth. And I can tell because they show it. So that's something to think about. The transformation of you. So you have to believe in yourself, because who else is going to believe in yourself if you don't believe in you? There are a lot of times when people come across other people in life, and you can tell when they don't believe in you because they say something negative. And you can prove them wrong by just believing in yourself, doing everything that's right, becoming the person that you wanted to be. And then that will make you happy, and what they said won't matter. Have a positive attitude towards yourself. If you have a negative attitude towards yourself, well, you and yourself aren't going to get along very well. So that's not going to work. Love yourself. Be true to yourself. Be mindful of yourself. Take new slow steps towards success, whatever that may be for you. You have to set your plan. You have to set your goals. You have to set your objectives. And this will all fall into place. So follow these steps and tips. So, tips to be the best version of yourself. You simplify your life. Sometimes your life can be a little bit too complicated. Your life can be chaotic. How do we fix that? How do we change that? So if you're feeling confused, you track what you do in a normal week and see what you can eliminate. Possibly too much television. Worrying or social media scrolling is not helping your highest good. So sometimes, with social media, we get so wrapped up in it. People, they make comments, they go back and forth, and next thing you know, it's all negative, and then you're mad, you're upset, you want to throw your phone. Is that helping your life? Is that simplifying your life? It's not. If you feel like it's becoming a lot, it's becoming too much, you need to simplify your life. You think about what you need to eliminate, what you need to accomplish, what you need to do for yourself, and work on doing that. Focus on solutions rather than problems. That is huge, because, oh, I can tell you, there are so many people that just focus on their problems. Oh, this happened to me, and that happened to me, and this happened to me, and this won't stop. And then it's problem after problem after problem, and they just get sucked into that instead of saying, okay, wait a second. How can I fix this? How can I work on this? How can I change this so that it can be better and it won't be a problem anymore? You must begin to start concentrating on ways to really solve the problem. Resolve the problem by focusing on your solution, not just respond, but take the time to fully examine the problem, then make a list of possible solutions. That's the best way. Spend more time in nature. So there are some people that are not nature people, which is just fine, but being able to have the sun on your face, taking a deep breath outside, maybe going for a walk, that's enough. Nature can help you to remember the regular excellence, knowledge, and stability of the universe. It also takes you back in touch with your soul. So that's a very good thing that you definitely want to work on. So decide this minute to never again beg anyone for the love, respect, and attention that you should be showing yourself. And you have to recognize when that happens. Set realistic objectives. So we talked about goal setting, and goal setting is SMART. So S for specific. You have to be specific. You can't be broad because that's just way too much. Then you have M for measurable. They need to be measurable, and that just means that they need to be, well, measurable and attainable kind of goes together. So for example, if you decided to go to school, it's going to take you X amount of time to finish. It needs to be realistic. So if you're working, when can you go to school? And it's not just about being present in school. You need to make that time to do your homework and your presentations and whatever it is. So those two things they go together hand in hand. relevant, realistic, same thing. They can't be these goals that are so far out there that you'll just never reach because it's just not possible. Then you have a time bound. So a time frame to get these goals in order, because you can literally write them down and then never do them. And then it'll be 5 years and you'll look back on this piece of paper that you did 5 years ago and said, this was ridiculous. I was never going to be able to do that. So you don't want that. You know, if there's something that you feel that you need to do and you need to do it within a certain period of time, well, have at it with this. Set realistic objectives. So here we have all the different steps. You set your goal, you make your plan, you get to work, you stick to it, and then you reach your goal. That's the way that you reach it, is by doing this, all these different steps. So you can take the time to, I would write this down. And last but least, don't chase love, money, or success. Become the best version of yourself, and those things will chase you. That's pretty much it. So if there's any questions, please let me know. I'd love to answer them. In the chat.
Hi, Tracy. Everyone's gone shy now.
I guess so.
I know that obviously with the things trying to uplift yourself as well, and give yourself these positive affirmations. It's like I know I sometimes feel it in myself that I can see myself like overperforming to people that don't deserve my time, even my time, never mind this magical performance. To like what I'm putting out there. And then it's the guilt afterwards of doing that, you know. So I found it's, you know, it's really hard to refine and cut out the toxic parts of your life, because, you know, some of those people might be very close to you, and at the same time you just like you don't know how you're going to cope without them. But you have to transition, you have to face your fears and try it out. And generally when you cut the dead weight off, it generally does uplift you in more ways than you can even imagine. It's just much more, it feels just calmer, I find, you know, just being able to. There we go, we've got couple of people are just saying, just processing. Yes, it's a lot to take on, and obviously if anyone does want slides or details afterwards, they will be on the YouTube channel on the run through. And if anyone wants to contact Tracy direct, then she'll put her details again down there. But it's we've also been asked by Alexa if we can go back to the first couple of slides again, Tracy. I think they were the ones they wanted to note something down.
Okay, not a problem. Okay, so
what does the new you entail?
What does the new you entail?
Yeah, get your list sorted.
Yes.
Has anyone in the chat? Has anyone in the chat actually got anything that they are aspiring to, like coming up to their New Year resolutions and starting a new year and new fresh? Is there anything, anyone's? We won't have to say your name. Just anything you're targeting to trying to do for yourself.
Right.
It's always beneficial to do something, even if they are silly little things that you think are like insignificant. All those little things will build up and help you in a greater scheme for things.
Right.
I just got another comment just saying thank you, so helpful.
You're welcome. And then I'm just taking my time, just scrolling through a few of
Yeah,
those
that's great. No, that's
for
perfect.
Alexa.
It's really interesting to see, and like obviously through working with Pineapple, you know, there's a lot of different anxieties and depressions that are pushing people into doing things that maybe they wouldn't normally do if they had their confidence about them. And obviously what we're trying to do with this is to open up and show people that there are people out there that understand what they're going through, that can help them simplify their details. And obviously, you know, the hope what we have with Pineapple is that we can connect people to people like yourself, Tracy, that are sex worker positive and open and able to communicate in a way that isn't condescending, or, you know, we're not trying to push anyone to do anything that they don't want to do, but if they've got to do it for themselves, they've got to,
Yes.
you're just trying to sort of empower them and push them forward with their own tools to do it. But no,
Yeah.
I mean, if anyone hasn't got any other queries or questions, then I suppose we are finishing on this one a little bit early. But if we'll just be back on again in half an hour with another panel. If I can just tell you another little couple of things about Pineapple support while we're on. We also operate a system called Pineapples United. So if anybody has been interested with regards to being more involved in the background of Pineapple, and also to have a bit of a more of a view and input for what we do, or what you think we should be doing in a different manner. If you're happy to start a small online small monthly donation, then you can become one of the Pineapples United crew. And then on that, we do a quarterly drop-in where you can advise us on what you think we should be doing and become a part of our extended community. Obviously, you do have to just go onto our www.pineapplesupport.org website, and you can find out further information there. But what I'm going to do, Tracy, is I love you and leave you now. Thank you again for your time. It's been a pleasure as always, and no doubt I'll speak to you again soon. And then, excellent. We're going to go over to an advert break now, guys. So thank you ever so much. Please bear with us. We've got Andrea and a panel of fantastic industry professionals coming up, which is doing a talk and discussion on the impact of 2021, predictions for 2022, and strategies to ensure more security in front and behind the camera. Now, cannot tell you enough that this is a great lineup, and it will definitely be an interesting chat. So go and get a snack, get a cup of tea, get yourself turned around, and we will see you again in 25 minutes. Much love.